I watched him read "Am I the Asshole" post once and never again. Dude, that sounds, oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare. No way. Oh no, there's 7 episodes. Oh my god, Joker. Wow. Let's watch the new one.
Well, today we check back in with the
God, what is this background? So weird.
Reddit. Am I the a-hole?
The a-hole. God, these guys are such fucking... This is just virtue signaling for, like, white Christian wine moms. Like, don't say a-hole. Or don't say asshole. You have to say a-hole. Like, don't swear. Shut up, dude.
Well, today we check back in with the Reddit. Am I the a-hole forum to try to solve some moral quandaries. People,
Yeah, such a virgin.
will ask me why I think I'm qualified to chime in on these kinds of issues, and the reason is that I'm an a-hole myself and of long standing, and
like, this is like my least favorite kind of guy. I used to think this was like a cool way to be when I was in like middle school, but like being the guy that's like, yeah, I'm kind of a piece of shit. That's just who I am. I'm just kind of an asshole. Yeah, like it's like a subtle villain complex. You can't tell me his voice isn't fucking fake. Yeah, it sounds pretty bad. Saying asshole can get it demonetized. I've watched other Am I the Asshole videos. No, I know. Especially when you say it that early on in the video. But like, I don't know. Say something else. I feel like he always does this shit. I feel like there's other examples too.
a lot of experience in that field, so that gives me, I think, an important perspective on these issues. So we'll start with this. Am I the a-hole for explaining...
Fucking music just started out of nowhere. Oh my god. It's terrible. Just bleep it. Yeah, you could do that too. So fuck that YouTube will demonetize them for swearing and not because they call for violence against marginalized people. Yeah, I know.
to my friend that horses do have weight limits.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a good one already. I live and work on my parents' horse ranch, where we have 6 quarter horses that normally weigh six quarter horses, like a quarter of a...
That, man, this guy's funny. My landlord roommate has the yam and ass personality, and it's grating on my nerves. But the power imbalance, I'm moving in a couple weeks. Well, good on you. And yeah, I hate that. Like, I'm just an asshole. Like, they just take no responsibility for anything they say or do or think, because just kind of that way, man. I'm just kind of an asshole. Sorry. It's like, oh, you're just an asshole. I mean, yeah, you're just an asshole. And it's just like that powerlessness. You're like, yeah, loser mentality. It's just pathetic.
Was it a type of horse, I guess? They normally weigh 900 to 1,200
God,
pounds.
the music is too loud, man. It's too loud. Turn it down.
The safe and comfortable weight to be carried in these horses is no more than 250 pounds. I'm obese right now, and I'm currently on a weight loss journey myself, so I do not ride these horses myself because I know that I exceed the weight that's comfortable for them. A few days ago, my friend Carly came over to the ranch to help out. She asked if she could ride one of these horses. Carly weighs more than I do. She's also on a weight loss journey. And I explained to her that horses have a weight limit, and that's why I don't ride them either. She got very quiet and then left. She texted me later saying I was an asshole for calling her fat. Am I the asshole? Well, it's definitely a wake-up call. Okay, when you're too fat to ride a horse, that's a wake-up call.
But they're both on weight loss journeys. You just wanted to call someone fat. Like, you didn't need to address that. They're both trying to lose weight currently. That's like a really redundant point. You just wanted to be a piece of shit for a second. I'm going to trample you with a horse.
I see you got a weight problem. Can't wait to eat.
And it goes to show, by the way, that morbid obesity is a modern invention. This is something that we invented in modern times. It didn't exist before. Like, it just didn't exist. It just...
Yeah, it did. What do you... Okay, like, first of all, what do you mean before? Like 20 years ago? Because it's been a problem since, like, the 50s. Yeah, fat people were invented in 2002. Obesity started to become a problem in the latter half of the 20th century. But, like, I don't know what you mean by before. And, I mean, before that, it was just, like, aristocrats and wealthy people that were fat. Yeah, also fucking Howard Taft was morbidly obese. So, like, how far back are we going? Like, ancient times? Because, like, kings and nobles were still fucking fat. Every monarch was fat. The Pope is fat. Like, what?
Almost nowhere in the world could you find it for most of human history. Because if you were morbidly obese in the 1800s, you'd have to walk the Oregon Trail. And
Bro, born 1857, died in 1930. He lived through half of the fucking 19th century, bro. How do you just not know? Look at his bussy. Howard Taft was actually kind of based, though. He did more trust busting and more environmental, more national park protections than Roosevelt did, and was less imperialist than Roosevelt was. Not completely not imperialist, but he was less imperialist. Oh, that's a funny meme. Bro was like an easy 250, 270. Like, dude was heavy. This is way to matter of public record. Yeah, 243 pounds. May have weighed more than 330 pounds as president. Most American one of us. Yeah, Donald Trump is fucking obese too. Like, Theodore Roosevelt wasn't a fucking skinny legend when he was president. Yeah, he was weird looking.
Probably be good for you if you did. You would lose some weight.
Like, oh my God. Obviously, people who were poor in the 1800s couldn't afford food, man. They didn't have McDonald's. But now we have McDonald's. And McDonald's fucking dollar menu sometimes is the cheapest and most available food someone can get at a moment's notice when they live in poverty. Ain't that food not good for you?
Right. Now, are you the a-hole for preventing your obese friend from turning your horse into a horse pancake? Not at all. I'm not much of an animal rights guy, but I absolutely believe that preventing spinal injuries to your horse is more important than protecting your friend's feelings.
Well, obviously, no one would say, yeah, let your friend get on the horse. Shut up. I hate how FDR was America's greatest president, but also put people in concentration camps. I forgot the name, but he had a thing where Asian citizens got sent to the new version of one. Yeah, it was not the new version of one. The concentration camps were happening at the same time. They were nowhere as brutal as Nazi concentration camps, obviously. But, I mean, guys, we have concentration camps right now on the southern border, like currently. Like, we've always had some kind of internment camp. FDR also married his first cousin. That's a goddamn patriot, brother. It sounds like the asshole move was just saying the horses have weight limits, but not specifying the amount, assuming she's just calling her fat. Yeah, like, it doesn't sound like she was being real. What do you mean we defeated all the camps in World War II? I'm checking you for sarcasm. I have my eye on you. The eye of Sauron.
But your friend is infected with this modern attitude, which says that you're not allowed to acknowledge uncomfortable realities about other people or about yourself, even if your refusal to acknowledge those realities could do real damage to both man and beast. You're under no obligation to play along with that game, though, and ignore reality. So your friend is the a-hole.
Like, why does it always have to be, like, ignoring reality? Like, maybe she just didn't phrase it in a way that was polite. Like, this is like the perfect Reddit story, because they get to be like annoying and fat phobic and be like, yeah, no, fat people don't deserve anything, and like feel really self-righteous about themselves. And Matt Walsh is a good Redditor, so I mean, he's a pedophile too, so it makes sense.
For trying to make you play that game.
You call your friend an asshole this instant.
Okay, am I the a-hole for not letting my boyfriend give my friend a foot rub? A close friend of mine was visiting last week and stayed at my house. Yesterday we went out for
I'd like that.
a few hours, and I wore heels and encouraged her to wear a cute pair of heels as well. By the time we got back, our feet were in a lot of pain. My boyfriend gave me a foot massage, as he always does whenever my feet hurt, and my friend asked him for one as well, but I didn't feel comfortable with that and asked him not to. My friend got upset. She said that I was an a-hole for
A-hole. Thanks for the stick bug. I get it.
leaving her in pain, and that I was the one who gave her the idea to wear heels for that long, but I just didn't feel comfortable with my boyfriend giving another woman a foot rub. Am I the a-hole?
Am I the a-hole? I hate his voice so much. Okay, my take on this one, which is going to be way better than Matt Walsh's. I think that this is a call out post. She's telling on herself. This post is telling on her boyfriend. She's telling on her boyfriend that he has a foot thing, because I feel like that's the only way that would make sense for her to be uncomfortable with it. Seeing that Matt Walsh is married gives me hope for myself. Yeah, dude, there's no excuse to be an incel. The Quartering is married. Ben Shapiro has a child. You can find someone. Like, there's just no excuse. Does he think Reddit posts are a good idea to form your cultural awareness? I mean, you would think that that's basically where he gets it at this point. Yeah, the Quartering still has a wife after pissing in their basement. Oh my God. Monogamy is a tool of the patriarchy. Let him rub the poor girl's feet. All right, chill out. No, I feel like that would be the only, if the roles were reversed, I feel like that would be the only thing. I'd be like, if there's like a foot thing, if her boyfriend has a foot thing, because other than that, it's not really sexual. It's not really weird. in my opinion. I'm a pretty monogamous person. If he does it for her all the time, I don't know. I feel like her friend's overreacting, but I don't feel like it's like you should be jealous about that. Yeah, Ben has a wife, and he's convinced her she can't get wet. No one has an excuse to be an incel. You're so right about that.
But I just didn't feel comfortable with my boyfriend giving another woman a foot rub. Am I the a-hole? Well, you are the a-hole only for taking your nasty feet out and asking for a foot rub in full view of another person. You've been walking around all day.
Yeah, like that's okay. Yeah, he didn't have to say it like that. He sounded like he was like too into the way he said that.
Rub, am I the a-hole?
This is not a slash neg the way he's saying this.
Well, you are the a-hole only for taking your nasty feet out and asking for a foot rub in full view of another person.
That's not slash neg. Stinky, sweaty feet. Isn't Ben Shapiro's wife just a chiropractor? Dude, if that's actually the case, I would lose it, but I don't think she is. I think she's a general practitioner. Like, that's fucking gross. Ew, there's a foot emote. Non-consensual foot exposure. Yeah, I think that's also part of it is like, I don't think she's an asshole because she just got a foot rub in front of her friend, and I feel like that's kind of shitty to do in front of somebody if it's not like obviously it wasn't sexual or like romantic if you're doing it in front of somebody else, right? Unless you're just like weird.
You've been walking around all day in heels, and then you pull your feet out. You
Stop.
I guess you probably weren't wearing socks if you weren't heels, and you're showing those off in front of somebody else. Feet are disgusting.
What does slash neck mean? No, slash neg, like negative, is a tone indicator.
Never be seen by anybody other than your podiatrist.
Go suck it.
But don't worry, your friend is even worse.
Your feet should be seen by nobody except your podiatrist. Oh my god, dude. What a weirdo.
She not only wanted to take her feet out, but actually was soliciting someone else's boyfriend to rub them. What kind of freak are you hanging out with?
Foot massage is nothing. I give my mother a foot massage.
Yeah, like that's kind of how I see it. Unless it's like a thing. Fuck. The stick bug doesn't even faze me, man. You guys are just waiting. As soon as it's over the cooldown, you want to hit me with a stick bug. Why is Matt talking about feet? I just joined. It's an Am I the Asshole video.
It's bad enough that you asked your boyfriend to rub your feet. Did you even wash your feet first? Did you take a shower first before you made this request?
Stop.
But for her, it's even more perverse. And her reason is that she wore heels. Well, whose fault is that? This is what I don't like to hear some of these complaints from women about it's so hard.
Bro, he's like an 80-year-old man.
This is what I don't like to hear some of these complaints from women about.
I don't really like to hear when women speak, and I just don't really like that kind of stuff. These women and their women's problems.
It's so hard. We have to wear heels and it makes our feet hurt. Well, that's your decision. High heels are a cross that women are meant to bear with stoicism and dignity.
But why is the point? Why? He just said that they're meant to bear. Women wear heels.
Certainly not while asking men to rub your feet. Am I the a-hole for not allowing my brother...
Like, how do you have the mathematically weirdest take? How does he have a take that nobody can agree with? You're just, like, being so fucking weird right now. Got a bit of a foot guy here, that's for sure.
...and his wife to stay over in our family vacation house if they bring the dogs. Don't need to read the story here. You are not the a-hole. Quite the opposite.
I'm going to say this because no one else will. I'm not an asshole.
No one should try to bring their mangy mutts into somebody else's house. It's bad enough to have them in your own house. But to bring them somewhere, that's almost as bad as exposing your feet.
He did tell you about the feet.
That's why I also don't get... Back to the feet thing for a second.
No, let's not. No, actually.
You know the people that are like... they want you to take your shoes off in their house. We don't do that in our house. Why? Like, first of all, it's weird. The second someone walks into your house, you're telling them to take off items of clothing.
I've said it before, but like, he genuinely doesn't. He has to pretend like he doesn't understand the world. Like, he can't even think about why someone would not want shoes in their house. He's just like, it's weird and it makes me mad.
How far is this going to go?
Strip.
And
what kind of brain does he have?
I would like Matt to wear heels for one evening and not piss his pants.
I'm Asian, so it's a cultural thing too. Yeah. A lot of other, like, America is one of the few cultures that don't do that.
And also, I don't want to see. I don't even, like, you're just coming in my house. I don't want to see your feet. I don't know where you've been this whole time.
In the shoes. Most people wear socks too, typically.
But anyway, taking the shoes off, that's almost as bad as...
And if they're not wearing socks, they're probably wearing shoes like sandals where you can already see their feet anyway. Does he have a problem with sandals?
Bring the dog in. But here's my question. Like, why do we give dogs special treatment in general in life, but when it comes to this, like when it comes to pets, if I had a free-range tarantula that I let crawl around my house, and then I came to your house and I said, oh, I brought my tarantula, hope you don't mind, and I just let it loose in your living room, okay, you'd probably be upset about that.
Yeah, a tarantula and a dog are really not the same thing, though. Like, how does this guy think that, like he's like a fucking baby? Dogs are cute, there are babies. Yeah, and, like, everybody likes dogs. Nobody is comfortable around a spider. Like, people have different preferences for different things. Does he not understand that? He has to pretend like he doesn't, or, like, his world doesn't make sense. Can we not stop on this frame? We should watch spider content. You know those videos where, like, a guy takes care of 1 million spiders and he's like, feeding my most venomous brown recluse. Those are fun.
How is this different? What if I wanted to bring my kangaroo to your house, or my pet crocodile?
I think most people would not be cool with that, actually. Like,
no, you would say, what are you doing bringing animals into my house? I invited you over. You're a human. I didn't invite any this isn't a zoo.
Like, you shouldn't bring your pets without asking, because you don't know if it's like a good space for a dog. Like, it might be too small. They might not have a yard. Like, you don't know. Or if you do, like, then you should still ask just to be polite. And if, like, I'm not gonna be like, what? An animal in the house? Like, this is the kind of guy.
Does Matt have any humanity or joy in his heart?
Like, he truly
Transgender
doesn't.
pride.
I don't think he does at all.
I don't make an exception for dogs. I don't.
Don't be an asshole.
You know, you may imagine that you have freedom, but it's mostly an illusion, because there are like 2 or 3 companies that control pretty much all of our online activity. Big tech is more powerful than most countries are.
Bro, he's doing he's doing an ad read and he's accidentally being based. What is he saying? Yeah, 3 companies control like the entire world, and that's because America lets them. He's doing an ad.
And they profit by exploiting your personal data. It's time to put a layer of protection between your online activity and these tech juggernauts, and that's why I use ExpressVPN. Think about it.
Here's the thing. I will never be sponsored by ExpressVPN. They can go fuck themselves. They work with Steven Crowder, too. But, like, I just don't understand, dude. It really just proves that you could just give him money to say anything.
Think about how much of your life is on the internet. Sadly, every site you visit, video you watch, or
yeah, and you know who did this? George W. Bush, in the aftermath of 9/11, signing the Patriot Act. That's why you're not in control of your own data. It's fucking free range.
Message you send gets tracked and data mined, but when you run ExpressVPN on your device, the software hides your IP address, something big tech can use to personally identify you. So ExpressVPN makes your activity harder to trace and sell to advertisers. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of your...
Like, this guy will drool all over fucking Elon Musk's knob, but then he'll be like, yeah, use ExpressVPN so big tech can't track you. Elon Musk is now tracking you, dude. Congratulations. All right, man, I get it.
You're a mama's boy and refusing to apologize for ruining his birthday. Okay, my brother and his wife live at
Matt Walsh be like, I don't believe in birthdays. That's not a good impression. I don't believe in birthdays. I don't think birthdays are actually, why am I celebrating your birthday? Oh, congratulations, you're born now. What have you done with that? That's his, what he's gonna say about birthdays.
My mom's house. Mom tends to get involved in their marriage constantly, and my brother lets her. Sister-in-law always complains about mom steamrolling her and her decisions and violating her privacy.
Boring.
When sister-in-law got pregnant, mom got worse. She went out and bought a whole... Mom pushing to be in the promises. A princess.
Bro,
she's probably ignoring her. He told my husband, his family here. Dinner got awkward and ruined it for both. You both chose some winners here. So you're getting screamed at, and your husband just sitting there, don't mind me, I'm just a bystander.
Coward.
Oh my god. I mean, I knew if I just skipped him reading it, he was just gonna like read it back to me. So that was a pretty solid bet.
No, you're not the a-hole here. I mean, I think you did the right thing. The first problem here is that your brother is a grown man throwing a birthday party for himself, and you know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
as a grown adult.
There you go.
And you're throwing a birthday party for yourself and then crying because someone ruined it. You ruined my birthday. What are you, 5 years old?
I
Apparently
knew
so,
it.
At least emotionally and mentally. To be expected from an adult man who still lives at home.
That's really hilarious. Also, Nick Fuentes lives with his parents, but whatever. And these guys, this guy agrees with Nick Fuentes on more things than he disagrees with. Grown adults having fun.
Demands his mommy take his side in arguments. And look, leaving all that aside, just a quick tip here. It should be pretty obvious, but there are many married couples who don't seem to understand this. In a marriage, you never complain about or insult your spouse publicly in front of others. Now, you shouldn't insult your spouse at all. It's not a good thing to do. But
sometimes I have to tell my wife that she's a bitch. I, Matt Walsh, have to do that.
If you're going to have a heated disagreement and
you want to call her a bitch,
and if there's going to be rude things said back and forth, and it shouldn't happen, but it happens sometimes in a marriage, you never bring other people in on that. Okay? You never do that. It's never the right thing. And it's so...
Oh my God, dude, you're literally a pedophile. I don't give a fuck what you have to say about marriage.
It blows my mind when I encounter people, and this is so common, like married couples, but they don't understand.
What is this fucking music, dude?
And first of all...
Does Matt have a hearing aid? No, he's getting drip-fed the fucking talking points directly from the Koch brother.
Your loyalty should be to your spouse first and foremost. That's the relationship that should be the most meaningful to you in the entire world. That's the relationship that takes #1 priority.
Dude, I can't do this anymore. What is this fucking music? Matt, please keep doing these. It breaks up the monotony and doom that is the news. Your perspectives are so relatable, and your dry/disappointed dad humor always gives me a good laugh. Keep up the great work. If Matt Walsh reminds you anything of your father, then you need serious psychiatric help. All right, that was really painful. If whoever told me to watch that or told me about it, you're banned. You're banned, but it's the honor system, so you just please don't type in chat.